One of the last excuses I got from an employee was he was 40 minutes late to work because he was waiting for his dog to eat breakfast. He said this with a straight face.
Cool. Well, here we go again, another week of the Renovation Situation podcast where we pull back the layers of this complex remodeling industry. So grab your beverage of choice and let's do this. All right, Todd, another exciting week on the podcast here. What are we talking about today?
So today I have the privilege of introducing Robin from Titus Designs. She is in Oak Park, 4, 5, 6 years now, somewhere in that realm. I will let her kind of introduce herself if she wants. Just give us a little background on Robin Titus Designs, and we'll go from there.
Hello, I'm Robin. I own Titus Designs. It's a residential interior firm. I also have a little storefront here in Oak Park. I've been in the Midwest for about 9 years now. I started the firm in South Florida. I'm a Floridian that was made to move to the cold, and I think we're going to be here for a little while. So Todd's got to show me how to like the winter.
You haven't figured out how to like it in 9 years?
I make sure I go south a lot in the winter.
There you go.
That's the goal of every Chicagoan. That's the goal. Yeah. Get south after Christmas.
Yes. We can totally hang till Christmas.
Leave after Christmas, come back after St. Patrick's Day or for St. Patrick's Day, depending on how much you enjoy, that type of holiday. I'll call that a holiday.
Right. I can't go that long. We usually go for like long weekends here and there.
Yeah.
Spread it out.
So what brought you up here, and why did you come from Fort Lauderdale? It can't be for the weather.
How can I retire to Florida if I don't move out of Florida is what I keep telling myself.
Good point. I did not expect that answer, but I love it.
My husband is from the Midwest. We met in Fort Lauderdale. He was just there for a job. We moved to Boston for a few years for his job. Weren't loving the area we were in. And then he got an opportunity to move back to Chicago, and we both had some friends here. So we did it.
You must have been really good friends to move to Chicago for.
New England is beautiful, and I miss a lot of things about it. Getting to know people in New England is very difficult.
I've heard that before. I've heard Boston is particularly just cold people. I've never been. I've never been.
Oh, really? It's a great town to visit. And we didn't live in the city. If you live in the city, there's a ton of colleges, a younger group. We were, 30, 40, no kids, don't belong to a church. So to meet people as adults, you need outgoing Midwesterner or city people, that kind of thing. Yeah. But the train is beautiful. In 2-hour drive, you can be in a different area that actually looks different, which is something I took for granted. Here, 2 hours all looks the same.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Some houses might be bigger or smaller, but
and you have to travel a lot farther than 2 hours to get anywhere good. Also, you're not going to get anywhere.
Probably 6 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
Better off taking a plane. Yeah.
But the people are nice.
So there you go.
So in Seattle, have you been to Seattle at all?
I have. I have some cousin-in-laws there.
Oh, great. Have you ever heard of the Seattle freeze?
No.
Okay. So this is a thing. I didn't know it either until I moved here. Seattle freeze is how they describe themselves, or it's a phenomenon, I guess. They are very introverted. Most people are in Seattle, and they will be friendly to you out in public if need be. And the best way I could describe it, or how it was described to me, is that you'll have a conversation, in the Midwest, we'll say, hey, we got to get together. And then they actually mean, let's get together and, go out for drinks or whatever. But in here, when they say that, let's get together, they don't actually mean it. They don't want to get together.
That sounds like New England.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. We were living next to a couple who same age, similar careers with both of us. And they did have small children. They were from there, and they both had big families and a bazillion cousins. We never left the backyard. We never went out with them. And we were there 4 or 5 years. So I think even if they are outgoing, it's just smaller we run a smaller town. People are creatures of habits, big families.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I feel like the Midwest is definitely more, if they say you're going to go out for a drink, you're going to go out for a drink.
That's true.
Yeah.
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 Especially if it's drinks.
Exactly.
If it's something else, maybe not so much.
Yeah,
but if we say we're going out for drinks, we're going out for drinks.
We're going out for drinks, yeah. Unless they
that's how we
actually
operate.
are introverted, then,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't go out for drinks. We go out for coffee here. Everything.
Oh, right. Because it's
everything
cold
is
and
out
gloomy.
for coffee.
It's cold and gloomy. You don't need more drinks.
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
Be sad.
So, Robin, you are currently in your studio. I know from the background.
I am.
So you have had your studio for how long now?
A little over 2 years.
A little over 2 years.
Todd helped me do some work to it, actually.
I did.
It was kind of gross when I rented it.
There was some spots that needed some attention.
Yeah. It's better
some
now.
trouble areas. We'll call them trouble areas.
Trouble areas, okay, yes.
A couple of those. Yeah.
Some dirty areas that Mike got to know well.
Yes. Mike being the smallest individual.
How do you like having your own studio? I know a lot of designers that I've talked to, the ones that don't have one, they're always striving to have one. I'm wondering, before having one, were you in that boat of like dreaming to have one? Now that you do have one, is it as grand as it sounds, or is it just a huge weight on your shoulders to support?
Can I say yes to all those questions?
Okay.
You absolutely can.
Sure.
Hit the nail on the head, Joe. Good job.
Yeah. I had a home office for a very long time in 3 different states. So I was used to a home office. I mean, for the majority, you see your clients on site anyways, in contractors. But having employees in your house, or always having to have a virtual, or having to, Todd would drop samples off my house, which I don't care. It just always feels a little not professional. So for that reason, I always wanted an outside office. The pros and cons, yes, it's something else to take care of. It's something else that you've invested in, something else that you have to watch contractors over and all that stuff. So is that part worth it? I would say 90%. 90%. It's very nice having, like, I'm about to start a decent sized project, and the contractor, his project manager and architect, we all had a meeting here. So we could lay out all the plans, not be in the job site, not have the client there. And could I have done it at like a, coffee shop or something? Maybe, but that is really nice. I've had client meetings here where I don't have to slug all of the samples and stuff to their house if we didn't need to be there. So that's been really nice. So I think I took it a step further by adding the retail part of it. And I think that's the bigger weight bearing, where if I would have done just an office, it probably wouldn't have felt like as much pressure.
Can you tell me a little bit more about the retail side of things?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
The space that I rented is on a retail. It's a retail, has a retail front. So it was zoned. I could do office because it was an office before, or commercials or retail. So I could do either. So I have like small hours. It's Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 2. And I have gifts and home decor and so part of that reason is with designers, the way we buy at a trade price to buy wholesale. So like 50 versus 40% off of items. You have to buy a much bigger bulk or have a storefront to get all these different tiers. So one of the ideas was, you can carry vendors' products in your showroom. Client could come sit on the sofa and whatever. My space isn't that big. I do have furniture. It's just not a lot. But that's one of the reasons why designers then go do some sort of storefront, because it's going to help them with all that.
Do you also have like countertop samples, knobs and pulls? I know that's kind of common
cabinet
things.
Samples. Yes, I have a kitchen here that's crystal cabinets, which is made out of Minnesota. But a lot of times the contractors have their own cabinet shops.
Yeah.
Or I'll use a local carpenter. So I haven't used that as much, but it definitely piques when they come in just to shop or nosy around, it piques people's interest. They're like, oh, you do kitchens, or, and then they start asking more questions. So
Are you doing like just open hours, like daily, like 9 to 5 or something? Or are you doing by
yeah,
appointment or?
Wednesday through Saturday is 10 to 2 right now. When we get closer to the holidays, I'll probably do it a little longer. And I have girls that do just that, but it's also my office. So it still takes, like, if you hear a client or a customer talking about, a candle, but then they start asking about interior design, it kind of takes you out of what you were doing and you start listening. So
Yeah.
I've got to figure out how to juggle that. But a lot of times then those days I'll make appointments. So then I'm out, driving around. So I'm not here for that, but it is fun to be here and talk to potential clients. The other thing is, which this is a long game that you can tell your other designer friends, is I could have an office upstairs, which is a little less rent. And then we have to schlep all this heavy stuff upstairs, which would suck. And if somebody is, let's say, never used an interior designer, a little shy or just timid by it, they're not going to just walk up to an office and knock on the door. It's even hard for people to just call and reach out and ask questions, but they could come in, nosy around the store, and then start asking questions. So I've definitely seen that happen. Hasn't turned into clients, but I've seen people come in just because they wanted to come in. Maybe they did want to buy something. They didn't, but they ended up talking about interior design. So
yeah, just window shopping. And you're in a heavy foot traffic area also. Yeah, I mean, you got a good amount.
Yeah, it's not a heavy shopping area, but we have a lot of restaurants around here, and we have one of the train line stops right at the end of the block.
Does the Greek guy next door still have the giant grease tray out in the alley that just collects rats and God knows what else?
Yes.
Really?
George is still there.
I kid you not, Joe.
Designer. He did redo. He had to redo some of his trap. And anytime I see grease, that I call management. There's a new management company, and I complain about it. But he has gotten really nice. When Todd was helping me with the reno, he was not very nice.
No, he was not.
Wow.
He was
He's
not.
just
I was going to go there for breakfast, and I was like, he was a mean dude. I was like, I'm not going to go talk to this guy. I'm not giving him business.
Yeah, now he smiles. We do some night events. We do First Fridays. So we're open First Fridays, sometimes have music, a visiting artist. So Todd, if you feel like driving out to Oak Park, the next 2 First Fridays. And he has a whole bunch of lights outside of his diner, and he'll turn them on for me. So he's gotten a little nicer. Yeah.
Good. All right, good. It's a good neighbor.
Now you can go have breakfast.
Right. All right, where else?
So it sounds like to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, and maybe you can elaborate this afterwards, but it sounds like you're like full service. You're not only helping with in the beginning with the designing the kitchen, bathroom, house remodel, but also furnishing it at the end as well. Is that correct? Where it's drapes and tables and chairs and sofas? Can you walk me through like your perfect client? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect client is going to be really busy. They're going to be like a CEO on boards, kids or no kids, I don't care, but just really busy. So they're not shoppers, but still world travelers and have good taste. I really like renos over new builds for some reason. I find it more interesting. I do like a historic home, Todd's favorite.
Yep.
But we have to be in an area that has a lot of historic homes. I just find it more challenging. So the way I work is with the perfect client is we do everything. So we would do the plans for anything that was going to get remodeled, plus the renderings for all the furnishings and all of that stuff, and then go vet a contractor or two. Then they sign a contract with the contractor, and then we stay through to the end and help babysit the contractors and other subs until everyone's happy.
I'm sorry, cut out for a second. What was that?
We work together closely with the contractor.
That's what I thought. Yeah. That's exactly what I thought you said.
So that everyone's happy. Yeah. And then sometimes I'll turn into the mediator between the contractor and the client.
Yeah.
Like I'll be like good cop and then make them bad cop or something like that. And
so
then,
I will say real quick, I will say to Robin's credit, she is one of the designers that actually gives you a full schedule of everything before you start the project. So everything's selected. All the fixtures are selected. Yeah. She does a nice little outline. the last projects we worked on together, she had done this, and I like to create a nice little project book because I like to be orderly as much as possible, so I don't have to get babysat. However, at the time, I had 2 employees who I gave them this project book. And as Joe and I have discussed many times, we have our project books, and then we have our project, just our big tote, our job box, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where I always put the project book. So Robin asked me some question, I forgot what it was. This is going back a few years. And she's like, it's in the project book. I'm like, yeah, the project book is on site. I had to dig through so much shit on this job just to find where the project book. I'm like, guys, this is the most important part here. This is the most important thing here. And it was buried, so they just had to ask a bunch of questions. So unfortunately, like, you can lead a horse to water kind of deal, but sometimes you have to babysit, and unfortunately, you fell into that role.
Hey guys, jumping in here real quick. If you're a remodeler or service business owner who's still doing your own bookkeeping at 9 p.m., I've been there. That's exactly why I started Plum Financial, to help business owners like you take back their evenings and actually feel confident in their numbers. We handle the books so you can focus on building the business you love. Learn more at plumfinancial.com, and let's make bookkeeping one less thing on your to-do list.
They don't make books anymore for that reason. Not you, but in general, just people in general. They won't look at it. Then it's just, you waste all the time, but it's all in a PDF. They can go back to it whenever they want to. Have you seen the Instagram video where somebody goes around with, the temporary tattoos?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a QR code, and she puts it on all the subs' hands or somewhere.
Oh, no kidding.
Takes it to the plans.
That's nice.
That is good. I like it.
That's good.
In general, a QR code. So a project we're about to start, the house is it has a lot of hallways. So it's very confusing of what you would call each room. So we've printed up signs so that it matches the plans. And I think I want to put a QR code on there that would at least go to like the renderings. So at least they can get an idea. Don't put the toilet on the wrong side. I don't know. And then they can go back to their own contractor's plans and they can beef it out. But I do like the tattoo idea.
Yeah, I like that idea. Yeah. I literally have giant plan sets rolled up or laid out. In this last house we did, I had a table designated for the plans, and I'm still getting phone calls from the trade partners, and they're like, what am I doing here? Well, I don't know. Why don't you just walk over to the plan set and take a look? Because that's all I'm going to do, and that's going to be where the answer is.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's a guy-girl thing, because it is a thing that if you live with a male and female for a long time, that the man will ask where something is before he looks 9 times out of 10. Do you guys notice that? Have you lived with a female?
Yeah. I am currently living
Not
with
like,
female.
where's your screwdriver, but like, let's say you're looking for some household thing.
Yeah.
Where's
I
the
gotta
sheets?
say, I gotta say, you're probably right. Yeah.
Before you go look.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the subs problem.
I'm going to have to agree.
Yeah,
with you on
no,
that.
it might be a guy thing. The very last thing I can remember is I asked Monica, my wife, where the deodorant was, because I ran out of deodorant and I couldn't find a new one. And I know that she's good enough to plan ahead and that I was going to run out. So she has like extras. I know that.
That's
I
very
could
nice
not find them. I could not find them. I looked in every drawer. Sure enough, I ask her, and she just opens the drawer right in front of me, the drawer that I'm standing right in front of. And it suddenly appeared for her, but it was hidden for me. It was not there for me.
Maybe she had it in her sleeve and then she slid it out in the drawer when she opened it.
See? Yeah.
It is a weird thing when I find something that my husband can't find and it's so easy to find. And I'm like, he's like, where were they? I'm like, right where we hang the keys? Like, right there. I don't think you don't want to be a jerk, but I'm like, they were right there. So maybe that's the subs problem.
Yeah.
Maybe.
How about this? What if on these signs?
Hence, female project managers, right?
Yeah, right. I do. I say that all the time.
Females are they're just better organized. I mean, just being honest, typically they're better organized.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've begging females that I think whenever I run into one that I think might have the aptitude for construction, I immediately think, how do we make her a project manager?
Right.
Or does she have the aptitude for it?
Right. Does she want to tell guys what to do all day?
You think that'd be fun for some?
I don't know.
Women?
Well, I mean,
no,
maybe for some, yeah. It's just
it depends on how they take it.
We have such a huge labor shortage in our industry.
Yeah.
So couple that with trying to find a female who isn't like, let's just face it, there's not a lot of females in the labor side of this industry. So to find one on the production side of this is like, that's a needle in the haystack.
Yeah, that would be hard.
But when for 3 years, I went down to Kentucky for the Skills USA. They do a Skills USA competition every year. And I was judging for the teams where they have to build, like they come all around the country. They come, young adults, they come build like a small little tiny house. The ones that always won at the end for the 3 years I was there, and no joke, the ones that won overall had a woman on their team.
Interesting.
So that's when I first saw it. Now, this was 10 years ago when I did this. So that's when I first saw it. So that's when I was like, And then as you get older, it's pretty obvious that women have, in general, like stereotypically, I would say that they have a better, and correct me if you think different, Robin, I think that they have a better aptitude for multitasking.
I mean, I do. And is your wife listening? Is that why are you trying to get brownie points right now?
No, yeah. I tell her this all the time. I can't, if I'm doing one thing and you need my attention, you need to wait until I'm done with that one thing, or I need to stop. You need to let me stop doing that one thing or whatever, because I'm not going to, it's not going to, I'll hear you, but
you're not going to respond
I won't
correctly.
listen.
Yeah. If my husband's holding his phone and I'm having a conversation, he is not hearing it.
Nope.
But I don't know he's not hearing it because he's nodding or saying and then you just do the joke where you turn your story into like a dragon and everybody caught fire and then they all died, and see if he's paying attention.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I found as long as you catch that last sentence, you're good. So just pay attention for that last sentence.
That last one, just like
that's it.
Tune in.
However, I'm also divorced, so take that information for what it's worth. I don't know, but just saying.
Well, I'm on my second, so I mean, and then not to just throw guys under the bus, I will say a female contractor. I mean, if you are stereotypically not organized and can't multitask, females stereotypically will bring more emotion on a project. Stereotypically. So I do think that we take things more personal, but guys tend to show their emotion. I don't know, how do I say it? I had a contractor recently that he would get frustrated really easy. I think it's just because he needs to retire. But when he would get frustrated.
This is not me, by the way.
I was thinking Todd.
This is not me.
He's way older than Todd. But you could tell and I haven't known him that long, so he's either been like this forever and somehow had a good career, or this is just now happening. He couldn't pivot. And when a new idea came up, he couldn't just say, oh, okay, well, that's going to change the scope. I'll have to, run the numbers again and see if the client's okay with it, blah, blah, blah. It was anger and frustration, and it looked like yelling. But at the end of the day, like if you caught him 5 minutes later while he was eating lunch, he would probably have no feeling about that conversation, where a female still would. Does that make sense? So we're not going to come in frustration and anger immediately, because we're probably going to want to talk it to death first. But they still show that frustration in a weird anger way. So I don't know. I don't know if a girl contractor. There is one local here that I tried to get a job just because I was curious, because I never worked with a female contractor, and the clients went with the lower bid. So I don't know, which was a bad idea.
Typically is. Usually is a bad
nice
idea.
Guy, not good quality,
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Have you worked with designers? I know Todd has.
Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah. The last project we just finished, we had a designer, and I'll just throw this in to similar to you. I like historical homes, and this one was 1898
Nice.
house that we just did. So
Nice.
that's the oldest house I've worked on.
Yeah.
Knock it
So
down.
what's the oldest
Knock
house
it
you've
down.
worked on if you like historical houses?
Todd.
Yeah, Todd's knocking
I'm
it
going
down.
to pull him back in. I'm going to pull him back in.
Good.
I'm so mad that he wouldn't do. I have an attic remodel, and around here, the contractors that I trust do like full houses or big projects. And so it was an attic that was pretty much already finished and didn't need a lot. It needed new drywall, electric, all that stuff. Like Todd could have banged it out in a month, but it was an older home. So I didn't ask him. Got another guy, and it was a disaster. The oldest home right now, I'm about to shoot a kitchen this week that's 1890.
Oh,
Oh,
1890.
And
Nice.
it's a Victorian, and they have photos because we have a history museum here in town, and they'll research the old photos. They were like one of the only houses on their block for a long time. So it was like aerial view. I don't know how the heck they took an aerial view picture in 1890.
yeah.
Can't figure that out yet. Like a pigeon or
Yeah.
something. I don't
Carrier
know.
pigeon.
Anyways,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
Helicopter. No,
With a
yeah,
GoPro.
1890.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's just a drawing that looks like a photo. It's very weird.
Mm.
And they have the original front. So we did the kitchen that had been remodeled. Like, it's not like it had never been touched. Just it was a smaller kitchen. So we actually moved the kitchen from the kitchen to the dining room and the dining room to the kitchen. So very cool.
Jeez. That's a project.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's neat. And then I have a photo shoot. The next one is another house that's almost the same year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
And is it in
So
Oak Park
that's what
also?
you get. But yes, that one definitely was older, as in not. I don't know if it just wasn't taken care of as much over the years. It just feels older. Make any sense?
Yeah. Probably because there's ghosts in there. That's why.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think
It's another reason to not work on old homes. Ghosts. It's a thing. Yeah.
You got to do the old homes. They're so fun.
I love the charm of old homes. Don't get me wrong, especially Victorians. I love those homes. I just don't want to work on them. Just don't want to work on them.
Why?
They're awful.
Like, what are you afraid
everything
of?
about them is awful. Everything about them is awful. Everything. It's the house just settled way too much and sagged way too much. Everything's going to be way out of level, way out of plumb, way out of square.
So you're a perfectionist.
Undersized joists, just balloon framing that you got to block in, and just everything. Knob and tube wiring.
Floaters everywhere. Well, you got to change that.
Lead. What?
But when it's that old, you're gutting it to the lath anyways, so then you get to make it all new.
Then you got to get rid of all that old plaster and asbestos and lead and everything. Oh
That's
my
what
God.
Mike is for.
Mike's gone. Yeah, Mike's gone.
Where'd he go?
I don't care. I don't know.
Hope he doesn't watch this podcast.
We'll edit that part out. No, he doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I got rid of both of them. I got rid of both my guys. I went back to just no employees. It was just it was not worth there are pros and cons like anything else, but not worth the headaches overall.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was just the day to day. I was just telling Joe before you got on, it's just the day to day is so much easier because you're constantly, like you said earlier, you're babysitting, and I was babysitting. It was a full-time job in and of itself to just babysit and just that's a lot of work, and it's tedious work, and it's difficult to explain that to clients sometimes. Just that if a job goes a little bit sideways, then they start to question everything, you know, and then they want you there full time, you know.
So, but then now who does that work?
So either if it's just finish work, I do the finish work myself. Everything else I have subs. So drywall, tile setters, everything. Yeah. But if it's finish work, cabinet installs, and nicer finish work, I'll do that myself. And then I have a guy that I used to work with years ago who's also independent. So he'll come in and help me. So yeah, that's so far working much, much better.
Good.
So,
which I told him 12 years ago that's what he needed to concentrate on. And
You
He
know I'm a slow
eventually got
learner,
there.
right?
Yeah.
Was what, just finished work?
No.
No, just to use
not
more
having
subs and no employees.
Because that's how I was running mine, and I wanted Todd to run his the way I was running mine, because I felt like I felt like it was the better way to go, and I'm still doing it that way. So
I don't know. Don't you see pros and cons? I have contractors who have their own certain people, and it seems like there's less middlemen, well, I don't know, the electrician still hasn't gotten back to me, he got late on a job, versus this is my employee, he's here when I say he's here.
Yeah. That's the whole reason I always wanted employees to begin with, was just to have that day-to-day control.
But to find the right employee that you don't feel like you're babysitting is the other.
Yeah, and it's hard.
Right.
It's hard to find those people, and I don't want to blame the whole generation. I don't want to get into a generational conversation.
Even the old ones are tough. Yeah, but I agree.
But it was, I mean, one of the last excuses I got from an employee was he was 40 minutes late to work because he was waiting for his dog to eat breakfast. He said this with a straight face. Was it
my ex-boyfriend Dan?
You were
because he would do that.
You were waiting for your dog to eat breakfast. Like, are you serious? Like, I couldn't imagine ever telling my boss that.
Telling an employee that?
Yeah.
First of all, we never told our employees anything. We just were late and apologized.
Yeah. Right?
Or on our deathbed. You went to work, you took your NyQuil, and you pounded through.
That's it.
That is a
old school work ethic.
Generation thing.
It is.
I see with the subs around here, I'm always excited when I see like a young electrician, a young wallpaper installer, young carpenter. I'm like, oh, where'd you get that guy from? He's like, oh, his dad was, or he went to a tech school, or, I mean, because people, there were, what do you think, 2 generations that all thought they were just going to be YouTube stars?
Yeah. We're still trying, Todd.
You
still trying. But at least you used a hammer for 30 years.
So you found a wallpaper hanger? You actually found someone who knows how to hang wallpaper, period?
I've got a couple good ones.
Anywhere?
You need one?
Holy cow. That's it. Probably. Yeah. People ask me and I always just say no.
No, it's crazy. It is coming back. Like every project I have has wallpaper on it. And we came across a wallpaper guy. Now, does great work. Old. I can't find a young person to hang drywall. However, I will say I'm really excited because I found a young boiler worker. Some of these old houses, we still have boilers in them with radiators, and we needed to eliminate 2 radiators and fix another one. And so we needed someone to do all that work for us. And we found one. And the guy showed up. He was, 62. I think he might have been late 20s.
I feel, now that you say that, when I picture the HVAC guys I work with, I feel like they all are kind of young. Like
really?
30. Yeah. I don't know why.
And they're working on boilers?
Yeah, we have it all here.
Okay, well, I was excited when Yeah. The last boiler guy was on his deathbed that Todd and I worked with, and I was a little,
I have a painter, Todd. If you ever need a painter, or did you give me this painter? He's probably my age, and his dad still works with him, and he's like 70.
Oh,
and
nice.
They are the best painters. They're super clean, super polite. Yeah, it's very cool.
Is that the guy that did Addison Street?
Yes. Wait.
Yeah.
Is that the street? The guys.
The guys.
Condo. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, super nice guy. I only met him one day, but he was a really nice guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like the reverse. Like, he's the main guy, and the older one is his dad. Wallpaper guy. The best around here is a British dude because he learned in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
But all wallpaper guys, they are a little finicky. They're finicky. They are finicky. You cannot press their buttons. They are no. It is interesting.
And this is why I wrote off wallpaper guys, or at least offering it, is because the last one I had, he did a really beautiful project. We're doing an addition in Northbrook, and he did a beautiful job. I mean, super meticulous, and apparently it was a difficult wallpaper to install. I don't know the difference. It's all difficult for me. But I asked him to do another project, just a good client I had to do their dining room. and it was an older home. And he said, yeah, I'll go look at it. And he did. And he walked through and went through with a pencil and gave me all these spots that needed to be fixed before he would touch wallpaper. So I said, okay, that's fine. I said, I'll have my drywall guy go over there. He does great taping skills. He can float the walls out. He can patch whatever you need. And he did. And the wallpaper guy went back again with a pencil. And I'm not kidding when I say he circled like a nail hole, like the size of like an 18 gauge nail.
Wow.
Like, yeah, like the tip of a pen, and was like, this needs to be fixed. And I was like, then fix it, dude. Then you fix it. Do you not have spackle? Fix it. You do zero prep, princess? Right. Like, are you serious?
Yeah, princess.
Yeah. No, so I paid my drywall guy to fix all this. And then after this, he gives me that and then just ghosted me. And he just didn't answer his phone anymore.
No way.
Yeah. So just like, you got to be kidding. So I'm like, I'm done with these prima donnas. Find your own wallpaper. I'll do everything up to wallpaper and carpet. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, no carpet either?
I'll get off my soapbox now. I just feel like I don't have a place for carpet. Like there's no need for me to be involved. That can be the last thing done. I don't need to be involved in carpet.
And right. We don't want
Are we still putting carpet in? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, we are. Bedrooms, basements.
Are you? Do you go a fair amount of carpet?
I mean, that attic job that I would have wanted you to take just got beautiful carpet in it.
Yeah.
Because on the third floor, we want it to be quiet.
Sure.
It's like a kid's playroom.
That makes sense.
Besides,
are you doing it in basements at all, or did you switch to LVP?
Yeah, I haven't done it in a basement just because I think around here everybody's going to get water. So.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have a lot of basements out here.
No.
There's very few homes have basements.
Them.
No, because they just flood. Yeah,
no.
right.
Basements weren't made to live in. They were made to what? Store coal in your oil tank or dead people.
Right.
You're not supposed to live in the basement. And people are like, oh, let me have 800 kids and live in the basement. Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Unless you have like these new builds where they dig out a basement that's like 9 feet tall ceiling. Okay, well now that's just another floor.
Yeah. Right.
That's
in the new builds, they can waterproof it correctly. Mm-hmm. You know, back in the 60s and 80s, we weren't waterproofing concrete.
Right. It was concrete.
Cinder block walls that leak like a sieve.
Cinder block. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And those basements were built to retain water. That like the city planners intended basements to actually, if it gets
help out.
Yeah. Just everyone hold a little bit of water in their basement and clear it out later.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So Rob and I have a handful of like random questions about, I have the opportunity to ask a designer. Todd and I just did a podcast about wellness trends. Are you seeing any design trends in terms of wellness? And by that, I mean, I'm sure you know what I mean. For us, for me particularly, we're seeing a lot of like questions about saunas, lighting, and how we can use lighting, that kind of thing, to kind of just make the spaces feel more
comfortable,
usable. It's like, more healthy. That's a good question. Are you seeing that at all?
I see it as a trend in my specific area. I see more trying to be green than that, but that's just the area we're in. They want the charging station for their car. They want stuff that's going to last forever. Some people, if they're particular, want to know, what's the fabric content, that kind of stuff. Should we do solar panels? The lights should be on timers, that kind of stuff. With the wellness, yes, the spas, the saunas. I went to a talk. Mr. Steen has a very easy to integrate into when you're doing a remodel. So I think people just maybe aren't educated on it at a budget that they are, where the luxury people automatically get it, maybe.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. I mean, you can get like a sauna from Costco and put it in your basement.
I've seen those, that
kind of thing. But if you're going to integrate it in your beautiful master bathroom, I think it's either the higher budget people, I don't know, just don't think they need it because it's already at their country club and they use it at their gym and stuff. Maybe. I feel like I heard more about it around COVID, but that doesn't mean because people wanted it, they could afford it. Ooh, but speaking of that shower thing, which has nothing to do with wellness, with the Mr. Steam, have either of you used the product? I don't know the name of it, so find it and then like put it at your little bylines. It
Sure.
dries your shower when you're done. So it's these pinholes around the shower, and it's literally like a hair dryer, and it dries the shower. So with marbles, because all of us designers want to put stupid marble in a living product in a shower so it doesn't mold. Yes.
I've never heard of this.
I've seen it, but did you see it and how it's installed and how it's like built in the walls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
that's
one
crazy.
I wanted to do it was a Charlotte house. This is like 2 years ago, and they're on a crawl space. So everything was like, and we were gutting it. So they had all the spaces to do
had
it.
it all open. Yeah.
Just the contractor had never used it before. So he was too timid to put it in and it just break. So that's why I'm just asking. I want more people to use it.
I've seen it online. I've never used it myself, but I've seen it online. I think it's very interesting.
Just
little worried. I'm a little worried about the hole penetration, like all that moisture and water, and how are we waterproofing that? Because we waterproof the walls before we put tile on. That means I have this tube running through my waterproofing.
But then it's going to spit the water back out when it blows.
In theory.
Right.
Where does this go? Is this built into the wall, the floor, the ceiling, all the way around?
We gotta.
Can you put
that? Get tied up to.
I have never heard of this. I've never heard of this thing. I mean, it's an interesting idea.
Air jet shower drying system.
Joe, are you on that? You gonna pull up that screen?
Air jet.
Also,
air jet shower drying system.
And then what does the finish of it look like? Is it like an anodized? Vent. Okay. So, and you don't think you'd have issues tying that into like tile or something to make it look pretty?
No.
Okay.
Send him the link.
Hold on.
Can you share things on here?
Yeah, I'm going to share this.
Okay, that, and then have you seen the glass shower pocket door?
Yes, I've seen that too. Obviously haven't done that.
Yeah, it's got to be a big, because that would really need this so that it could dry it out inside there.
Yeah. What? Is this what you're thinking? Something like this? Yeah. So Todd, it's this tube you're running throughout your whole shower, right? And then you're putting these nozzles
wherever you want
in like strategic places in your shower. Like for instance, up here, right? You're laying it down close to the floor so it dries the floor. You're running tubes throughout this the plumbing or the framing and everything.
This obviously has just some little like central fan unit that you can just put wherever, a little blower motor.
Mm-hmm. Yep, this little blower motor.
So I can still stick that in the basement and then just run tubing all the way up through my framing if I want, right?
Right.
Yeah. So in theory, it sounds wonderful. I'm worried about all the mold and water and moisture that's going to get into those tubes and sit in these tubes because these holes are open. And so what stops water? Because you saw that thing was down at the bottom. Now,
because it's blowing out.
I think you're right, Robin. I think it'll, depending on the
hose every day.
Well, that's true. That's true. But I'm thinking if somebody installed this poorly and
one of Todd's
the tube inside.
One of my what?
The wall.
One of your subs that used to work for you.
Yeah, right. And the water gets in there and then just sits in this trough in the hose in the back of the
But that's the same as a plumber installing something incorrectly and it leaks in the wall. Like
100%. Yeah, that's true. Right. But I'm having this very problem in my shower, and as I assume everyone else is that you get mold built up in like the corners and the cracks and the crevices, just because showers never really dry out completely most often, I imagine, because you're using it once or twice a day.
When's the last time you remodeled your bathroom?
Last year.
A year ago.
Oh,
last year.
I was going to say, can you remodel it and put this in and tell me how it goes?
Yeah,
No,
need a guinea pig.
if I knew this existed, I probably would have. Although I don't know where I would have put the motor. See, that's the other thing. See, you got to put the
You
motor
don't have a
somewhere
crawl
where you can
space.
access it.
Couldn't
Well,
you put it in like a linen cabinet?
Mechanical room.
In some instances, I bet you can, but in my particular situation, I don't have anything nearby that I can stick it in. We have a walk-in shower, and then a giant sheet of glass, and then the other side is the sauna. So I have sauna, shower combo, and then
that's a little extra moisture, isn't it?
Sauna is dry, the dry heat, not the steam shower. Yeah. So, but I would have definitely given a college try to figure out where I would put that fan,
right?
Because you would want access to the fan, because the fan's a motor. The motor eventually, I'm sure, will burn up.
But yeah, I don't like open benches anymore, or closed benches. But do you have a bench in your shower?
I do have a bench in my shower.
Closed?
Yeah, it's waterfalled quartz.
So it could have been in that with an access panel.
It could have an access panel in the shower.
What do you got against closed benches?
Now we just do a floating one because the shower floor goes underneath it and it looks bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you get more mold built up underneath there.
Someone's got a mold issue.
Dark and damp. Not if you do this. Yeah, sure.
Do you guys go to K-Biz?
Going this year.
We're going to going to IBS in Florida this year. Are you going?
Yeah.
No, I do want them to change their name, because whenever we're at K-Biz, we're like, come on, it's like the worst.
It's pretty
As soon as that became a disease, you should have changed it.
I
went
you got to figure they run with it and just have plenty of jokes.
Right. Well, that's like my husband's in the restaurant business, and one of their biggest restaurant shows in the U.S. is the NRA show. And we live in Oak Park, Illinois. So anytime I'm like, oh, Stuart's at the NRA show, people are like, what?
What?
I'm like, it's a restaurant. It's not gone. No, we went last year to the one in Vegas, but I don't remember seeing this there. It has to be there.
I would think it would have been.
Todd, let's hunt it out.
And then drill them with questions and then tell me.
Yes. Yeah. We'll find it.
I think it's pretty cool. I wonder so many questions about that because it's brand new, but yeah, we'll have to figure it out. I like it.
Apparently there's a body dryer also came up on Google. You just stand in front of a long dryer and dry your body off in case you don't have a towel.
That's useful. Yeah, definitely needed.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not useful.
You can afford a body dryer, but you can't afford a towel.
Right. I'm just going to stand here for 5 minutes while I slowly dry off. Fuck that.
Seriously, you've got to Google that later.
Yeah, that's funny. Cool.
Okay, so wellness. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, you did. What interested me the most was that your comment was that you felt like it was that they're doing it more for the green aspect of it and not so much the health or wellness aspect of it is what you're seeing mostly.
Yeah, I mean, people who are into either saunas or the cold plunge or whatever, they're either doing it at their gym or they just don't have the budget to be putting it in the remodels anyways.
Okay.
Even home gyms, I'm not getting a lot of requests for anymore.
Not in Oak Park. By the time you fix all that framing and update all that old electrical and all that kind of shit, there's no money left in the budget.
That's right. Yeah.
No money left in the budget for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Out here, it's all wellness, health, conscious, touchy-feely stuff. That's
because they're all sad from the gloom.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah. I'm just gonna keep everyone thinking that so they stop moving to Seattle.
I've been there twice, and it was actually sunny both times I went. So
yeah. It's But
it's never like warm.
It's never 90 degrees out here.
Is it even 80s?
Yeah, we get 80s.
Okay.
Yeah, not
once.
Yeah. I think I feel like he's counting the days in his head, right?
Well, I was trying to compare. I was trying to see if I can compare it to another
like warm enough to go swimming.
Midwest, yeah.
In a cold.
It's warm enough to go swimming. Yeah.
Okay.
Not very many days though.
Okay.
And you have to remember that we're on the Pacific side, that's cold water. That
Yeah.
our
You're not
our
gonna go to the
ocean
beach
is
anyways.
always 55 degrees. Like it never gets warm.
Right.
It's not like the Atlantic.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or the lake, apparently, which I've never been in.
Yeah.
You've never been on Lake Michigan?
No, I don't swim in
No?
lakes.
Mm.
I know you guys think
Interesting.
it's a beach. It's a lake. I've also been told it was too cold that I wouldn't like it, but
It's cold until like August. Yeah. If you go like you get like that
it warms
sliver
up.
between like August and September
my
where you can
feet
go.
I put my
That's good
feet
enough.
in.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's
It's
good
like a
enough.
lake. It looks like a lake.
You didn't go swimming in the Chicago River when they reopened that this year? Like people actually started swimming in the Chicago River this summer.
Who swims in the Chicago River? It's just poop water.
Exactly.
Where to God,
Crazy
yeah.
Michiganders or whatever you people are.
Seriously, some nutcases apparently.
Yeah.
It was like, it's safe enough.
That's
Like,
crazy.
Who did this
Who
testing?
did that's safe?
Who paid for this
Doesn't the
testing?
sewer go in there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it ends up there. Yeah, at least parts of it.
No.
I think so.
Yeah.
Any more design trends? Like you seeing any materials or color palettes or anything like that?
Yes, I think, well, especially just coming back from High Point. So thank God clients are realizing they can have natural stone again. So that's super exciting for designers and not just high-end clients. Regular clients are realizing that, marbles and quartzites, they're durable. They're made to show stains. That's why they're in old churches and they're 400 years old, like Todd's favorite. They're not supposed to be pristine and perfect like a quartz. Yeah. And quartz is damageable, contrary to popular belief. My quartz has etching all over it. You can nick it. It can do all those things. But that's been a big trend.
I'm so glad you said that because we had a Hydro Shield on here and they were talking about that same exact thing. And I had asked them, what do you think the biggest misconception is? And they said that quartz is bulletproof. Right. And it's totally not.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, granted, if you're competing, white marble, red wine, clearly quartz is going to win. But if you're going to drink red wine every night, well, it's going to be somewhere else in your house too, probably. So it's the same with fabrics, with all of the Krypton and the performance. Anytime a family tells me everything has to be performance, we have kids and they're going to have food on that material, whatever. I'm always like, okay, so yes, it's easier to clean blueberries off of performance or a Krypton fabric, but it isn't magic. You still have to physically clean it off.
Yeah,
It is not magic. It isn't just repels like Rain-X. So I personally prefer to use non-treated fabrics and then have a company like Fiber Seal come in. They spray the furniture on site, let it dry, and then you have a warranty with them. So they will do either packages or just every time they come out, you pay a travel fee and they get the stains out for you. But they can't spray other treated fabric because then it's fighting each other. And in my experience, anybody who gets stains on stuff is usually adults because kids eat in the kitchen. Unless you just let the kids take over your life, but whatever.
I make a lot of mistakes on the couch. Mishap. Oops. Yeah.
I've gotten red wine on my white
all
sofa.
the time.
Is it? I was going to say probably wine related. Probably wine related for both of you. I'm assuming. Yeah.
You just be quiet over there. You judgy. You
just saying. Like wine. Just saying. I like wine. It's just rarely. Very rarely.
No, I think it's usually the adults because 9 times out of 10, kids aren't not allowed to eat in the living room or family room.
Yeah.
So it's usually the adults. So I like those companies. There's other companies that do it too, but I have not used the company you said you interviewed to seal the counters.
So it's just a small little plug for Hydro Shield. They come out. There are 75 locations throughout the nation. So you can find them in Chicagoland. We're talking to Todd about it. I actually have a friend who has used Hydro Shield in their home who live right out in the Joliet area.
How's it wearing?
Great. I have it in my house. I use it on every project. My homeowners don't get a choice. It's just built into my project.
But when you're using real stone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would love to test it.
So the Hydro Shield goes on to all horizontal surfaces. And glass enclosures too for a shower enclosure.
No,
They'll do the glass as well.
Okay.
So the glass, tile, so like all your porous tiles, like any granite tiles or
Traversing.
slate tiles,
honed marble.
marble.
What if it's a mosaic? How do they go around the grout?
No, it's a penetrating sealer that will go into the grout as
I
well.
thought it was like a film.
No.
No, it's a spray.
It's a wipe-on application.
Okay.
And it's penetrating, so it kind of gets absorbs in. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I need
Check
to
them
do
out.
that.
Hydro Shield. I think out by you guys, it's hydroshieldmidwest.com. Out by us, it's northwest.com. Right,
I
Todd?
have all kinds of marble I can get that done on.
100%.
I think they were in Indiana, but they go Chicago area.
Yeah. Can you see, like, let's say if it's polished or honed, can you see the difference if you put it on?
No.
No? Okay.
No. It doesn't show any difference. So if it's a shiny product, it's going to stay shiny. If it's a dull product or a matte finish, it's going to stay matte finish. And they also have a restoration side of their business as well. So if your grout is horrible or torable,
restored before.
Yep.
Somebody's bought a kitchen that had honed marble, but I don't remember the name of the company that did it, but it was amazing. Which is back to the quartz. You can't restore quartz.
No.
Is that right?
I guess you can't.
No.
I guess not.
You can't do anything to it. You can't sand it down. You could do fillers, but it's not like granite, so you would see the filler with all the nicks. You get nicks around the sink.
Yeah, I just had that happen. We just finished a kitchen in Deer Park, and it was there was some sort of textured finish that they wanted on their quartz countertops. So it took
like a leather,
especially long. Yeah, similar to a leathered look, but they weren't calling it leathered. I don't know why it looked leathered to me.
Yeah.
But there was an extraordinary long lead time because they wanted this finish on it, and when it got finished and installed, it looked fantastic. But if you were standing in one spot of the kitchen at a certain time of day, the way this glare hit this countertop, you would see those tiny little spots that they filled. And they were like, they said they can't get it out. They can't polish it out. They can't do anything to it. They just have to replace the whole top. And I was like, oh, they're not going to make you replace the whole top. They made them replace the whole top. And I was like, wow. How often are you going to be standing in this one spot of your kitchen at this time of day, staring at these are the things I say to clients. So I just, I don't know, getting older. I
know.
So I
don't say them to clients, but when I leave the house, and that's what I say. Yeah.
I started saying them in front of clients. I don't know if that's good or not, but.
Yeah, probably good and bad because people like honesty. Like I have whenever clients live through a remodel, that's when they're seeing every single detail. And yes, while I want drywall to be perfect and paint to be perfect, at the end of the day, nothing is perfect. You wanted a good job for sure, and I fight for a good job. But if somebody came into it completely already remodeled with furniture in, they would never, ever notice those things.
Nope.
True.
Yeah.
True. 100%. I had that conversation with our last project, and the homeowner was living in, and it was a very invasive project for, I think it was like 6 or 7 months, and they were living in it. And we had that conversation ahead of time. I told them, look, you're living in it. This is an opportunity for you to see things that maybe I don't even see, but just letting you know that as we go through this project, like the finished project, once it's all done and finished, you're not going to notice all those little things that you nitpicked earlier on in the process.
And have you noticed it's usually the client who says, no, we've lived through a remodel, that won't bother us. And I'm like, you think, but when you hear, it's like watching water boil. Like it's going to feel like it's taking longer. You're going to see every little thing along the way, but you've got to trust the process. And sure enough, it's always that client that is texting. That doesn't look right. They're not done here. What are they doing there? Why aren't they here today? And you're like, oh my gosh, we told you. Now I just beg people to move out. I'm put an Airbnb into 100%. Your budget at least for 2 months, at least for the hard times, especially if you have kids or dogs. Just a no-brainer.
Yeah. Have you been pretty effective at that? Are people actually doing that? 50-50? That's not bad. I'd take 50-50. Right? I have a client right now who actually also we're doing a project in Barrington, kitchen gut, laundry room gut, and they want to live in the house, and yet they have a condo downtown. And I was like, go
Is it because of
downtown.
schools?
No, they're retired. They're empty nesters, and they have a dog and a cat. And I was like, and
Yeah,
they're,
I'm
does the
thinking
condo
I'm
building
just
not
gonna
take
put it in the
animals? Like, no, it
contract.
does. Yeah. Like,
I think
why
I'll
would
just
you
put
want
it
to
in
stay
the
here?
contract. Be like, this, I want to work with these 2 contractors, and they won't do it if you're living in the house.
Yeah.
It's too much.
There you
Also,
go.
it's too much liability. Also, it is
Yeah.
extra liability.
It is.
You're on a job site. You're living in a job site.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
it doesn't do anything except stress the client out more. And if you're doing a project that's several hundred or more $1,000s, several thousand for an Airbnb is nothing.
Right.
True.
Yeah. So I don't know
Yeah.
if with some people they don't want to leave their house and let other people be there, like a controlling thing or a worry thing. That could be it. They're worried something will happen if they're not there.
Little bit of that, I think, for sure. I think there is. I think it's certainly the micromanagers are not going to want to leave, right? They're just, they feel like the project's going to go south unless they're there to make
100%.
sure whatever they're making sure of.
And we're not cutting corners is what they're making sure of,
Right.
right?
Which if it's getting permitted, you're not cutting corners.
But how do they
Right.
even know? Like, they're not the experts. That's why that's why they hired us. That's why they hired Todd,
the
Joe.
expert when that happens, though.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
They know. I mean, but Todd and I have had somebody live through a remodel where every time we did something, we had to redo it, and they stayed through it, and they didn't complain until maybe the end, which they had every right to.
They had every right. That was honestly, Joe, this was like a Murphy's Law of projects. Like, there was anything that could have gone wrong went wrong.
And it was stupid stuff.
Yeah, so like stuff that not my fault or her fault. Maybe one or two things were my fault. This may or may not have been the project that I supposedly was installing tile upside down. Supposedly.
I thought we couldn't bring that up.
It's hearsay.
It was.
It's hearsay.
But at that point, we had to do everything twice. So that's why you did it, so that we could do it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was in your contract. Just do everything twice.
Everything had to be done twice before it was right.
Yeah. The tub came all scratched up and had to get completely reordered.
That sink.
Tile that showed up and had that crackled effect.
Tile came in twice wrong.
Wow.
For the fireplace came in once wrong, the second time fine.
Yeah. It was one after the other.
Where the tile was done.
No.
Yeah.
But he was able to go around the backside.
Yeah, he had and this was licensed plumber. You know, he didn't tighten. It was a tub and shower, so he had just the gasket around the actual tub drain. He just didn't tighten it enough, and it just leaked literally just right around the drain. So it's easy fix, but nonetheless, it's like, really?
New carpet.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. That's when she was finally really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the powder room's done and now we have water leaks. Like,
yeah. Oh, that's right. It went to the powder room, remember?
Yeah.
Didn't the water
there's water coming out of the door casing. I don't think that's supposed to be happening, but nope. No, that's not.
They were supposed to do their master bathroom. I wonder if they did and just didn't call us.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. Or maybe they moved. Old house. Pretty sure it had ghosts.
Come on, you've had problems in new houses too. There's no way.
Yeah, for sure. There's always problems.
Like Mike in the cutting the floor. That was a new house.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Tell them about that one.
That was a new. These people, nicest customers.
Bought
it was
at
a
the
brand
peak
new
of the market.
Yeah, they paid top dollar right in Wrigleyville. But they only had the first floor. So then there was another unit above their floor. But very, very nicely done, very well built, very nice finishes in it. And they just wanted to change some things. It was like living in a fishbowl because they were right on Addison Street. So if you were walking to the Cubs game, you had 35,000 people walking
straight to the back.
Yeah,
wow.
You could see front to back of the house.
Wow.
So Robin designed a very nice, just a couple little archways just to separate the front room and did some nice little sconces, and it turned out very nice. Mm-hmm. However, as you know, Joe, if we're going to build a wall, you don't build a wall on top of a hardwood floor. You need to cut that hardwood floor out to let it expand, right? So are nailing plates right down to the hardwood floor. So I was there that morning, laid everything out, and put a saw in one of my guys' hands. And then I went outside and was talking on the phone. And I came back in, and that saw was clear past these giant red marker layouts of the floor of like, stop here, stop here.
Maybe he's colorblind. Maybe he's colorblind. Couldn't see the red.
Just kept going.
Right.
Yeah. Right
What's his excuse?
Clear across the floor. He could just go,
what's his excuse?
Shit. All he said was, oh shit, and then just kept apologizing.
What did he think the red was for?
I don't think he was paying much attention to it.
He just kept going.
He just kept going.
Was he had like earbuds in? Was he not listening to you when you gave him the saw? And
he had earbuds in. And
so he probably had
can't do earbuds.
So, yeah. And remember when I was talking about boys can't do two things at once? He was listening to music and you handed him a saw. That's all he heard.
Demo day.
He's like, saw? Okay.
Demo day.
That's the kind of guy that's good for demo, not anything else.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, and to their credit, like the nicest people.
Nicest.
Cost me a couple $1,000s to get the floor patched in and refinished, but whatever. It's
on
cost
a brand new
business.
Floor.
On a brand new floor.
Yeah.
Really.
Like, maybe they want to do nice transition, like, nice transitions.
A threshold across
archways.
them.
Yeah, we're not going to build it up. It'll be just, and Robin's like, no. I'm just like, that's the best thing I could come up with to try and be like, yeah, this is intentional. So, yeah. So, but,
they are very nice people.
Super nice people.
Which apparently your electrician finally made it back over there, I hope.
It only took him 6 weeks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He finally went out there to look at it. Yeah. Not a call back, just to go give him an estimate for something else.
Yeah, not to go and do the job, to go and just give him a price.
Just to go give him a price.
6 weeks just to go to the price. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you want to be an electrician, come to our area. Anyone listening? That's something that I think contractors, designers do it too. I'm sure any small business does. Is that if they knew how much more organized their business could be if they had somebody in the office. That to me is better than having your own subs on payroll. I think having somebody keeping your processes the same, your billing the same, keeping your calendar, I think that is more worth your money than having a painter or drywaller on staff.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, we certainly talk about we certainly talk about processes just to begin with, just having your process, implementing that, sticking to that, because once you stray from that, it's
everything's all downhill. Yeah.
So that's a fair point. Yeah. It's a good point.
Yeah.
I like that.
Somebody keep that all organized.
Yeah. Because I mean, contractors, I get it. They're on the job most of the day, and then they got to come back to their office and answer emails, maybe, and quotes and all that. Like, it's too much.
Yeah. It is. It's a lot to balance. Yeah. It's a lot to balance.
Yeah. That's the whole working in your business instead of on your business.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I like it.
Go.
Joey, you're hired. You want to keep all my systems in order?
When do you do it for the other?
One of us to, all right, then I'm going to hire you to do mine.
What do you explain what you said your other job was? Not
the bookkeeping?
Well, you didn't describe it like bookkeeping.
CFO advisory services, kind of.
So you tell them what they're doing wrong, so they'll fix it?
A little bit. So I'm looking for service-based companies who are working too much in their business, not on their business. They're struggling with their time. They don't want to be doing bookkeeping at 9:00 at night or on the weekends, right? And they have a family, so they need to get their time back. And let me give you some of your time back by organizing your QuickBooks, getting that all organized for you. So I can help you organize the bookkeeping side of the business. And that's just a stepping stone to really where we want to get to, is to teach you your numbers. I want you to learn your numbers, know your numbers, understand your numbers, so you can start estimating correctly. We can start making sure that these projects are profitable. Once you start learning how to read your P&L that I send you every month, then you have a good foundation to start making decisions. Like, okay, you have a little bit more of your time back. So now you can start organizing a little bit and stop working in your business as much. Now we know your numbers, right? Now you understand your numbers. So maybe we can start creating a process or a plan to get you out of the field and start like scaling your business.
Yeah.
However you want to scale it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't want to scale it into like hiring a bunch of employees, that's okay too. But you get to need to know your numbers and we can go from there. And that's kind of like the CFO. There's a big like
CFO.
Yeah, but I don't like the word fractional, because that kind of makes you feel like I'm selling my time for an hourly rate. Like I'm going to be your CFO, your part-time CFO. That's not what I'm after. I'm going to, give you 1 hour of my time every month and we're going to talk about CFO stuff. It's more like advisory. So it's more like, okay, you pay for my advisory services and then we kind of collaborate throughout the months or years, and we start building you a process or a plan to get out together. And we figure that out.
Do you do this with Todd?
No, Todd won't do anything with me because we're friends. So he doesn't want to mix.
Yeah. And you don't want to see my
to you other people.
You don't want to see my financials.
You probably don't want to see my plans either. No, but I know a contractor here that could totally use your services. So I got to give him your.
Oh, yeah. Plumfinancial.com. PLUMB.
Just keep it all.
Plum
so
is straight up and down.
Perfect. Yeah. Builders. And then it's Plum.
Financial.
Yeah. It's just a big plum tree.
It could be your logo.
Level.
Could be
straight
a
up and
tree in each
down.
plum. Could have a different name on it.
Yeah.
Me and Todd are going to redesign your logo.
Yeah.
There you go.
On it.
Yeah. My logo is just a scribble.
It looks like your signature.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's what we're trying to do. Anyways, and really where that came from is before I got into remodeling, I was in corporate accounting, and that's originally what I went to school for. And I was in corporate accounting for 10 years. And then when I entered into this business, once I moved out here, I realized that all of these trade partners that I'm working with, like they just don't know their numbers.
Nothing.
They are messy. They're not organized. And talking with them and all the amount of time that the three of us have spent with trade partners, we can tell that they need help in this arena, and they don't often know where to start. So I thought maybe I could help them through this process. Like, hey, look, the business side of this stuff is easy for me. It makes sense. Like, maybe I can help you at least organize your books, and then I can teach you what numbers to look at and what they mean. And then if you need that help, and then we can talk about, should you hire an employee, or what does the next steps look like?
Right.
Let's stop giving out free estimates. Here's a couple ideas on how to do that.
Letting scope creep happen and not charging for it.
Right. Do you have checklists? Like I have a ton of that stuff. And, at that point I could start providing you with what I have as templates to, work off of.
Either of you started using any programs like Buildertrend?
I've used Buildertrend and JobTread. I've used both of those. I like JobTread more than Buildertrend, mainly because of the price savings. They are so similar. They are so similar that I can't justify paying the extra money in Buildertrend when I get virtually the exact same product from JobTread.
I don't know it well. I have one contractor that uses it, but I do like when I tell a client, that they use the software, that you can see their progress on the site. You have a login, you can see the punch list, you can see what the carpenter did that day. It is reassuring to them.
Yeah,
makes sense.
So both of them offer that, and both of them you can show the client as much or as little as you want.
Right.
On the client portal side. Yeah. I'd done that for a while there a couple years ago. Honestly, our feedback was they never check it. They look at it in the beginning, saw it, and saw that it was there, and then they never
I
looked.
feel like this contractor, his team uses it a lot.
Yeah, it's mostly production side is where it really shines, right? You have a nice, beautiful Gantt chart with the project managers could place out the Gantt charts. Yeah. Now
that was the drawback with me, was not the drawback, but the holdback with me.
It's just
I liked Job Tribe when we went to the KBiz show in Vegas, like whatever that was, when Joe and I went maybe 3 years ago. And I really liked it. It looked great. And at that time I was growing my business. So I thought, you know what, this might really suit me well. But I got to that point and then I didn't want to grow any bigger, but I could see if you're running 6 projects at a time, you need something like that to manage
it all together. Yeah.
But if you're doing 1 to 2 projects, this is where I want to be. I don't need it. Just an email suffices.
Where I failed in integrating it was on the trade partner side, the subcontractors. I couldn't get them to, because there's a whole system where I could invite them into that project, but they ain't got time for that. They won't do it. No.
Right. That's how I used to do. I would put all the projects in a Google Drive and share it with everybody in the beginning, and then nobody would go back to it. And I was like, well,
I do the same thing now for my selection sheet.
From me?
Yeah. You tell me, like, I sent you a whole Google Drive. I'm like, you did? And then I look it up. I'm like, oh, shit, look at this. This is nice. She's like, she really does a nice job laying all this out.
All on Excel.
Like, yeah,
we just keep the live Excel. Our FFE is on there. Furniture is separate. And then there's links to everything. So if you need to see what the lighting looks like, you go to it. Oh.
I do the same thing. I use the Google Drive version of Excel. Okay. And sheets. And I just selections on top, and then I have all my selections, who's responsible, and then a link to the website, a link to the spec sheet, quantity, and then I at the end, like when I do my construction contract, I print it out in paper, and then I make the homeowner sign it.
Oh, smart.
That way, if there's ever a question about the actual model number of so-and-so faucet, you signed off on it. This is what you said we were, because we select everything before.
For them?
I am purchasing all the plumbing materials. The only thing I let the homeowners get is I let them buy all the lighting fixtures. So if there's any sconces or ceiling lights or fans, they can buy those, and the door hardware. So like if we're doing entry doors or interior doors, they can go buy all the knobs.
Yeah.
Okay. They can buy all that themselves. And that's about it.
Yeah, fun.
And we have custom cabinet makers. So he provides the knobs and pulls, assuming that he has the knob and pulls that the homeowner wants. If then if they don't, if they want to, scour the internet, then they can buy them. But
fun.
Nice.
Whenever a contractor suggests that, I'm like, who do you think you're talking to? No Schluter. No. Todd, I think, has made me use it before. And I did get somebody.
We're talking just about the trims.
She's talking about the profiles.
You can use the systems.
Yes.
I don't care.
Yes. Yeah.
No,
I'm talking about the waterproofing.
That's
part. Right.
Sure. Use that. Yeah, that's great. No, they all want to be lazy. As soon as the tile, I want them to miter it. They're like, just use a Schluter. And I'm like, no.
No, we're going to miter it.
Cut it.
Right. We had some.
A guy, Todd mitered one where your guy mitered at that kitchen.
What did we call it? Yeah. What was that? Zalige tile? How do you say that?
Was it a real Zalige?
I don't know what a real one is. It was like a ceramic tile. But it was like handcrafted, so it wasn't like a flat surface, It was almost textured,
Yeah.
And I told my tile setter to miter the corners, and he just didn't. He was just like, I don't think we can do that. And I'm like, no, you can. You can.
Because they weren't finished. There were no finish options. Just
put the wet saw on a freaking 45-degree angle. That's how you miter it. It's not hard.
Yeah.
But And you're
There
just like, I
are
don't think we
some
can do it.
tiles that won't work and just chip too much.
If they chip
Yes.
too much, yeah,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
fine.
Yeah.
We
With
did,
this,
we did come across one that we couldn't, but
You couldn't do
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
I had a contractor
most
tell
could.
me, and it wasn't even his tile guy complaining. He was like, and this was a ceramic, like made in a factory tile. This was not handmade. And he was
Okay.
like, you can't miter that. You're talking about a little tiny slither. How's he going to cut that off? I'm like, you put the big end in and you cut the little end off. Like what? I think, did I even ask you about this? I think I did.
You
Didn't I
did
send you a
ask.
random?
Yeah.
I'm like, am I looking at this wrong? I think if this is the tile, you don't cut here where your hand is. You cut
Yeah.
here.
You did ask me about it. You're like, am I not thinking about this right? I'm like, no,
Yeah.
that's pretty much what it is.
So
you're
I had
just
to, like,
using you're just
explain
keeping the
it to
cutoff
him.
piece. Yeah.
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 And he did it and it was fine. And it turns out that that tile guy was a little wallpapery guy and was a little bit prima donna. Like he charged him extra because it was marble countertop. So they didn't want him to stand on the marble to use a ladder to get to these like 9-foot ceilings. He charged them extra, like up the backsplash.
No
Oh, geez.
I
way.
saw the guy in person. He was like 4 inches taller than me. He wouldn't have been able to stand on the countertop anyways. He still would have had to use a ladder.
Yeah.
So I didn't understand. He would not have been able to stand on the countertop and reach the ceiling. So I
That's
think
great.
he was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just looking
Yeah,
looking
you
for
can
a way
miter.
to.
I did get somebody to take a gold schluter or the brass, whatever, and I think it's on my website now. It's like a blue tile bathroom, and I did an arch niche, and
Okay.
he didn't fight it like I can't do that. He was like, I don't know how I'm going to do it, and he just snipped, and
Yep.
curved it. It looks great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
I've done curves with that stuff. You can just cut reliefs
Yeah,
in the backside and it'll bend.
yeah, it looks
Yeah.
great.
And they also make vinyl ones and metal ones,
Yeah,
aluminum
right, they
ones.
do.
Yeah, they make
Yeah.
all kinds of different ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
But in
All
the
right.
meantime, just miter
Yeah.
your title. It looks better.
Yeah. We miter
I'm not gonna lie, it
everything
did look really
now.
good. It actually
It
did
looked
look
cool,
really sharp.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looked
Yeah.
sharp. Yeah, no bull
Cool.
nose, no Schluter trim. It looked really nice.
But it should be a law if you're making a tile, make an end option.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
that much to ask for.
Talk to
No.
your local somebody. I don't know how you get to the
Just-
law.
People in
Our-
Turkey that are hand making tiles.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Hello, could you make an end piece? Probably
Right.
not.
Where does that Zalige stuff come from? Is it Turkey? Is that
It's
where
Moroccan sometimes, I think,
Moroccan?
because I think it's made out of terracotta.
Yeah.
Isn't
Okay.
it? Like a clay.
Yes. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. That's why I just
You
figured
can watch
ceramic because it
videos,
is like a,
especially when they're like these little squares. They sit not even Indian style, like they're squatting and just to cut it. It's insane all day
Wow.
long. Yeah, you don't have to do that for a living.
Yeah.
not
No.
yet.
Mm-mm. Not yet. That's your retirement plan.
Right. I'll take it.
With no employees.
Yeah.
When you squat
Actually-
15 hours.
I still got it. I still got that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's his dream. That's his retirement plan.
Yeah. So I had I forget. Maybe that might have been on the project that everything had to be done twice. And I just was
Probably.
just done. I was just fed up. So I told Robin, I'm like, I'm done. I'm like, I'm gonna go work at freaking Walmart as a greeter. So I get that in the mail a week later of just a little
That's
Walmart
awesome.
greeter with my name on it.
That's awesome.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I put
That's
up there as a
great.
reminder. I have little reminders right above my desk of just like,
It's with your goals. It's with
yeah,
your-
just
Yeah.
more-
Your
it's more
goals.
so-
Yeah. One of them.
it's motivational things. Like literally, this is what happens if this project doesn't go right. You're gonna end up
This
at
is
freaking
what
Walmart.
happens. Yep.
Yeah,
This is what
So
happens.
just yeah.
Maybe I need one of those. That's funny.
Need motivators.
Is that what you're going to dress
Need
up as
motivators.
Halloween this year?
Walmart greeter?
Walmart greeter.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. I just might. It's just really good.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We've gone quite long enough. Robin,
Yeah.
if you want to let everybody know how to get a hold of you, if you would like.
The website is our Titus Designs. It's Titus Designs, and the shop is at 143 South Oak Park Avenue in Oak Park. It's the Hemingway district, next to the Great Diner. And on Instagram, it's our Titus Designs.
Awesome.
Everything's the same.
Cool.
Well, thanks for your time, Robin. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. It's a good chat.
Bye.
Cheers.
Okay.
Cheers.
Well, that was awesome interview with Robin. A little long, but man, we went over a lot with Robin. It was great.
Yeah.
What is some of your what's your takeaways with Robin?
I mean, Robin, just in general, like I said, I've known her probably 5-6 years, so she was just a super easy person to work with. I think there's a mentality goes a long way in this business, and that just comes across to clients. So she really enjoys what she does, and she gets very involved. And like she had said, she's sometimes has to, as she whispered, babysit. And babysitting to her she's really the type that just is going to go get coffee for everybody in the morning and show up with coffee and bagels and just want to shoot the shit, wants to make sure everybody's good at their job and just wants to be at their job. So she likes to keep it light, likes to be there, likes to be on site, likes to do the hand holding. So her personally, I appreciate that. And just, I think it's cool to see someone who, when I met her moving here from Florida to get to the point she's gotten to where she now has a storefront in downtown Oak Park. So I think that's pretty cool to see that transformation of somebody, Yeah.
She was in 3 different cities running her business, and now she's in Chicago doing great. I have a couple takeaways. I was trying to take some notes. It's great to be able to talk to a designer with, that kind of experience, right? So first thing I noticed was the importance of having that retail area that she has. I thought she brought up a really good point that she has that retail in the front end of her business where maybe some potential clients aren't going to come and just knock on an office door, but they will come and browse even a small little retail spot, kind of like a foot in the door. It invites the potential clients in. So I thought that was a brilliant idea, just to kind of soften the the introduction to a potential client. I thought that was really cool. Also was really interesting and contrast to my experience here in Seattle side was the wellness trends that we're seeing a lot of here are very health related, and she's seeing the same trends, except they're not health related. They're more because they're green for the environment, or like, I guess you can say healthy for the environment. But it's funny how they can be one and of the same. So I thought that was really interesting that you can put that correlation together, that, it's not only good for the environment, then also good for you. It's good for your health yourself. And the last thing, my takeaway was the trends that she's seeing is that like natural materials are coming back. And she specifically talked about natural stones like marble and granite are coming back. I thought that's awesome. We love those materials. We think they're much more beautiful for the spaces, and we're loving that they're coming back. So those are my takeaways with Robin, and she's a cool person to talk to. I felt like we can sit and talk another hour and a half with her. And just keep going. Like she's just a great person to just chit chat with. So maybe we can have her come on board again one of these days.
Yeah. It seemed like it could have kept going. So I agree. Yeah. So I was looking at the time and I was just like, we're at an hour and 22 minutes. Like, I don't know if you guys want to like shower and eat dinner or like do anything else today, but I at least have to take my dog out. So if we're going to keep talking, I have to take some sort of break. And I made it through the whole time without peeing. So that was pretty, that's amazing.
Great. Yeah.
It's a long time.
You must have dehydrated yourself throughout the day in preparation.
Right. Nice.
Okay, everybody. If you stuck around this long, thank you so much. Appreciate
Yeah.
it. Hope this was entertaining for you guys. Cheers.
Cheers.